Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Kim.
And I'm Brandon.
And we are talking about the Pantheon, which is an ancient temple that turned into a church.
Oh, yes.
And people still go there today.
Yes, and I've never been there. You've never been there. I've always wanted to go.
It sounds cool, though.
But I have been to another ancient church.
Oh, which one?
I went to Notre Dame in France. It's in Paris, France. It's very, very beautiful and very popular.
And very famous, because there was the Hunchback of Notre Dame that was written by Victor Hugo, which is a really famous book and became a movie at one point.
Yeah, it's
several
a big
times.
Story about the hunchback who lives there. Whether it's true or not, we don't know. But it is a very interesting story, and that place, that church, is very popular. A lot of people like to check it out.
Yeah, they like to check it out, I think because of the history. It's very interesting to be in a place that's like thousands of years old. It kind of, I don't know, makes you feel like this place is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out the rest of this story.
Okay, this is part 2 of the Pantheon, an ancient building in the modern world.
The Pantheon is a special building. It has round walls with a big dome on top. The dome is special too. It has a big hole in it.
Well, let's get into the reading. The Pantheon is a special building. It has round walls with a big dome on top. The dome is special too. It has a big hole in it.
Oh, it's a very interesting description.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is a special kind of building. Special just means unique, or there's something very interesting about this place, this person, or this thing. If something is special, there's not too many other things like it. It's quite unique.
Yeah, it's usually different from something else. And we mentioned that this building is round.
Right, so round is very simply just the shape of a circle. It's how we describe this shape. It's described as round. Other shapes you can describe in a similar way. This would be square or triangular. But if you're talking about something that's in the shape of a circle, that is round.
Oh, and there's lots of round things. Hamburgers are round.
Oranges are round.
Well, if you take a circle and cut it in half, you get a dome. The dome is on top of the building, and that's what these are. These are kind of half round, half circles on top of a building, and that's what you call the dome. They're very big and beautiful. If you go in the building and look up, ooh, it looks like, inside of a circle. It's very interesting. But this one is very special because this dome has a hole in it. A hole. Well, it just means a spot where there's nothing there. If there's all the dome is here, this would be the hole. You can see through it. So why is there a hole? That's very interesting. I don't know.
It seems like it would be very inconvenient when it rains.
Yeah. What do they do when it rains?
They just send an umbrella up there.
They put an umbrella. But, well, an umbrella in itself looks like a dome as well.
That's true, yes,
An umbrella
it does.
is a dome, but not with a hole in it.
No, that kind of defeats the purpose of the umbrella.
Yeah. I wonder what that hole is for.
I don't know, but you know what's interesting? A lot of buildings in Rome, including the Vatican, which is where the Pope lives, they all have this kind of dome style. So this must have been a very popular way to design buildings back then.
Yeah, and you know, in America, the White House has a dome on that building as well.
Yeah, Congress, the Capitol building, has a dome. It's a bit taller than what you would normally think of as a dome, but it's still a dome.
Oh, very interesting.
Because I think those buildings were designed and inspired by buildings in Rome.
Oh, you know what? I'll bet you're right. I think America copied a lot of that style from ancient Roman buildings.
I think a lot of modern buildings don't really look that way, unless you're trying to copy the old style. Modern buildings are a bit different.
Modern buildings are more square, I would say.
Yeah. It's interesting, you can tell when a building was built by the design of it. So certain time periods will have certain designs, and like domes came from ancient Rome. So you might see a square building or a building with a lot of triangles in a certain country and a certain time. You can kind of tell how old the building is.
Well, this certainly is a place I want to visit.
Me
because
too.
I'm so interested about why is there a hole in the dome?
It's a good question.
It doesn't make any sense.
I wonder if we'll find out in the next part.
Oh, well, let's take a break, and after that, we'll find out if we do.
This hole is the eye of the dome. It lets air and light into the Pantheon's round room. During the day, the light moves around the room. It is really fun and amazing to see. The Pantheon was for the gods. Now it is for all people. Everyone needs to see and experience it for themselves.
All right, welcome back. And we have been talking about the Pantheon in Rome. And specifically, we're talking about how does it look, the shape of the Pantheon. Now, we learned the Pantheon is round, and it has a dome on top, but the dome has a hole in it. It sounds like a very bad idea to put a hole in the dome.
It seems kind of strange that you can get rained on or something
Yeah.
with this hole in the dome. So why is it there? Let's see. It says, this hole is the eye of the dome. It lets air and light into the Pantheon's round room. Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So they want the air so they can breathe better, but they really want the light, like from the sun, to shine in around the room. So it must look really beautiful with the light in there.
Yeah, I would imagine you have this stone building. It's quite cold and kind of unfriendly inside, so you want to let some light in, right?
Maybe that's actually a really smart idea. Well, now, light are the things that we use to see. If you have light, you can see. For example, the sun gives off light, or if you walk into a room, you might turn on the light so that you can see. If you don't have any light, well, you can't see. It's very dark. So they use the light from the sun to light up the room.
That's very smart. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Well, now, during the day, the light moves around the room. It is really fun and amazing to see.
Oh, that does sound amazing.
Really amazing.
Now, amazing is just something that's, wow, really cool or really awesome, really makes you think, wow, that is an amazing thing. We've got lots of adjectives to describe amazing things. Cool, incredible, awesome, and amazing.
Yeah, now amazing if it's very, 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 very interesting, or you like it a lot, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to an amazing music concert once. There was 26 bands, and it was amazing. It was over 3 days long.
That sounds amazing.
It really was.
Now, the light moves around the room. As we know, the sun rises over here and sets over here. So naturally, the light is going to move around if it's coming through the hole. And there's another sort of thing that does this called a sundial.
Oh, yeah.
And you can use this sundial. It's a round circle like this, looks like a clock, and there's something in the middle, and as the sun moves around during the day, you can tell what time it is. So maybe this was like an ancient sundial kind of thing.
Oh, it could have probably helped them to tell the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good reasons, now that I understand, to have a hole in the top of the dome. Now, this building, it's been used for a long time by a lot of people for different reasons.
That's right, and as we see, the Pantheon was for the gods. Now it is for all people. A lot of people come to see it. Tourists, probably even the locals, will go there for church. And as we see, everyone needs to see and experience it for themselves. So, not something you can read about in a travel book. You actually want to go there and see it and experience it for yourself.
Yeah, if I go and look at pictures of it on the internet, it might not be as good as experiencing it in person.
Yeah, you want to go experience things and see it for yourself and actually do that thing. It's not really fun to read a book or watch a YouTube video. You actually want to go ahead and do it, right?
Yeah, so what exactly is experience?
So to experience something is the process of having this emotion or going through this situation. One thing that I really want to experience is the zip line.
Oh,
you know this thing? So you sit in here and they tie you onto the rope and you can travel down a long rope. And the world's longest one is in the Philippines. So one day I would like to experience this zip line in the Philippines. I would like to have this experience. It can also be a noun.
Yeah, it can be a noun, but I like to experience roller coasters.
Yes, that's very fun.
Roller coasters are awesome and amazing. They go so fast. It's a great experience.
It is really fun. There are lots of things to experience, especially when you travel. You get the experience of being in a new country, new culture, trying new food, seeing new things, and this is why people just love to travel.
Yeah, and for me, it's seeing these old buildings that we've been talking about.
That's one thing that a lot of people like to do, because these historical places, when you go there and you have this experience, like you're living in the past, like you're seeing something from really long time ago, and it's just a different experience, right?
Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us talking about the Pantheon, and I think I'm going to go book my next trip.
Oh, can I come?
Okay, come on.
Awesome.
You can come with me. All right, see you.
Bye.
The Pantheon is a special building. It has round walls with a big dome on top. The dome is special too. It has a big hole in it. This hole is the eye of the dome. It lets air and light into the Pantheon's round room. During the day, the light moves around the room. It is really fun and amazing to see. The Pantheon was for the gods. Now it is for all people. Everyone needs to see and experience it for themselves.
大家好，我是 Stephanie。今天我们有3个文法重点。第一个呢是 on top， 就是在顶端，在最高处的意思。我们一起看第一个例句 ：Cheryl's ice cream has a cherry on top. Cheryl 的冰淇淋顶端放着一颗樱桃。第二个 to 表示也的用法 ，to 会放在句子的最后，记得书写的时候需要以一个逗号和前面的句子隔开。那 to 最常用的用法就是 me too， 表示我也是。我们再看一个例子 ：My dad likes drinking coffee in the morning. Me too. 我父亲喜欢早上喝咖啡，我也喜欢。在这边还要小小补充一下，前面的例子都属于正面的赞同，但是当你想表达负面的附和的时候，就要用 either 咯。比如说 ，Ted doesn't enjoy taking online courses. Me either.Ted 不喜欢上线上课程，我也不喜欢。第3个 during the day 白天期间 ，during 表示在某个期间内，后面的 day 在这里是指白天。好，那我们进入今天最后一个例句 ：The Formosan black bears usually sleep during the day and seek food at night. 台湾黑熊通常在白天睡觉，在晚上觅食。我们今天一起看4个单字。第一个 special 形容词特别的 Victoria has a gown for special occasions. Victoria 有一件适合特殊场合的礼服。第二个 round 形容词圆形的 The baby looks adorable with its big round eyes. 小宝宝又大又圆的眼睛让它看起来很可爱。第3个 light 名词光线。The doctor says I should avoid light after putting in eye drops. 医生说我点眼药水后要避开光线。第4个 experience 动词经验经历。The woman experienced many difficulties starting her own business. 女子在创业时遇到许多困难。
The Sweets Taitung is located downtown on the city's Green Lane. Its modern style catches one's eye. The building brings an international flavor to Taiwan's east coast. The design's focus on nature is shown in every detail. The second floor lobby has a beautiful view of Taitung City. Rooms offer fantastic views of the mountains and ocean. The hotel has an all-day restaurant and a self-service cafe. It also provides free bike rentals and shuttles.
See you next time!